Obviously, it's the first day in pads, so it's always physical, but you guys kind of took it to another level today with the tackling and everything. As a coach, what responses elicit from you when you see that level of physicality from the player?
The biggest thing is we have to be great strikers, in both phases, in kick cover and in kickoff return. You have to control and sustain and maintain leverage, throughout the block. You got to control and maintain leverage throughout the coverage part of it. And then the other thing you do, you got to shed, So it was great to see those facets. We did not take anyone to the ground in any of our special teams drills, so we didn't get to see them tackle, but we were live to the ball. And it was nice to see that and see the fits, and it was really good for the young players to see that speed coming down at them. We've had controlled speed in all of our drills, to protect, which it should be, and now they can see true speed.
As a football coach, but one that's intense like you, is it just better when pads are on because it's more like real football?
Yes. Bottom line, yes, for me. Yes, sir.
As it gets closer, we've had more time to process the new kickoff rules. How different do you think it's going to look this year in the league?
I'd be guessing if I said. I think that situationally, guys are going to fair catch the football, when they need to. We got great head coaches in this league. I feel like we have the best, but we have great head coaches in this league. They're going to make decisions. You got leads in the second half, so on and so forth. Early on, you're trying to pin them. I don't know that it's going to change really the philosophy, but there's going to be some different kicks. That's the biggest thing that we're working on is there are going to be some weird kicks to try to force returns. And everybody knows they call them squibs, but you might get line drives. You might get all kinds of different kicks that get some spin on them and things like that.
Like when we talked to you earlier, you didn't know yet what your plan was, and I'm not asking you to give it to us because you won't. But do you guys know what you're going to do? Or have you formulated your plan?
No, and I'm going to be upfront with you. We need to do that in the preseason. You understand what I'm saying? We need to see what this is going to do, and we need to try some of those things that we may do within that plan and see, hey, good ball, bad ball.
As a coach, do you kind of like that challenge of, all right, they took something away or try to take something away, but there's ways for you to adjust now to that?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you can go find schemes within that rule. Anytime somebody writes a rule, there's schemes in there that you can find and you can take advantage of.
Which probably led to this decision, right?
Agree.
How different is coverage and responsibilities of coverage guys between a split kick and a kick that goes up?
The coverage rules aren't going to be much different. It changes a lot for the kickoff return unit, naturally because there's no hang time. So the drops are going to be shorter because we're going to get the ball in our hands. For example, if you're the returner, you're going to get it in 3.2 seconds versus sometimes 4.2 seconds. Okay, so there's disadvantages also because you don't have enough time to cover when you start to squib this ball. So guys are going to get tricky. There's some good coaches in this league. They're going to put it all over the field, and they'll put spin on it and things like that, and we got to be ready for everything.
Throughout the practices, you've had a lot of guys kind of building punts and building the kick returns. A guy that I saw kind of catch a couple today was Trey Tucker. Can you just talk about the progression you feel he's made from coming into rookie camp to now?
Yeah, Trey's done a great job. People have to realize that Trey was a kick returner at Cincinnati. So Trey naturally can catch kickoffs. And what he's done for us, he's done a great job of. And he's got a ways to go. We all have a ways to go, but he's really trying to learn how to catch punts. And an NFL punt is 1,000% different than a college punt. Okay, there's not a lot of guys in college that can hit 5-0, 4-5s, and it's a rollout play. As all of you know in this room, the college punt is Mars and we're on Earth. Okay, they can roll out and everybody can release when the ball's snapped, and so you get the rugby punts. You don't get any of those. You have to pocket punt pretty much in this league. So he has to get under balls and catch them. And what I like is he is taking Danny Amendola's coaching. Okay, he's taking DC, Hunter, all those guys, and he's trying to emulate them because they do it right. He's got the best coach in the league that's done this for many years.
We've seen Nate Hobbs take some punts, I think, and maybe some kickoffs, but I don't remember him doing that last year. I'm just wondering, is that something that he came to you guys with or vice versa to maybe add to his repertoire?
I'll be honest, I don't know if I've seen Nate back there. I don't know. I don't know who's been back there. It's some guys are just going back, and I don't know who they are. Sorry, you know where I'm coming from there? Yeah. Not trying to be a jerk.
How would you describe the growing relationship between the new long snapper Jacob and the two established kickers in
solid. It's a professional relationship. With those, we got great specialists here, and the bottom line is they understand that the greatest teammates of all time do one thing: they produce. They produce.
Long snapper Jacob, what were some things about him just as a player and as a person that attracted you to him in Denver?
Great person. The thing that he adds is you have to be able to be a snapper. Okay, so snappers have to have accuracy. They have to have velocity. They have to control laces on field goals, so on and so forth. But what he does, there's about 5 or 6 guys in this league that can cover kicks. He was a defensive lineman / outside linebacker at Northern Colorado. He was converted into a snapper. Luke Rhodes at Indianapolis, who's the perennial Pro Bowler, was a linebacker, in the core. Actually, for me, when I was in Indianapolis for 2 years, and we converted him. So a lot of guys now are trying to find that guy that also is a coverage factor. Because now you're covering with 10, and I get it. AJ's a coverage factor too because he's got to place the ball. But we don't want him making tackles. If AJ's making tackles, I won't be up here.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach.